It was a golden September afternoon in New York City, the kind where the sun poured honey over the skyline and the breeze flirted with everything from skirts to cafe umbrellas. The city, unbothered and humming as always, was awash in energy, but in one quiet corner of the Upper West Side, something unusual had just occurred. A woman stepped out of a sleek black SUV, her face mostly hidden beneath the wide brim of a sand-colored straw hat. Oversized tortoiseshell sunglasses framed her face, and a silken scarf draped artfully around her neck. She moved with the confident grace of someone who knew how to exist under observation, yet today, there was an edge of play in her step, a mischief in her style. Few would have guessed it was Kelly Ripa. Yes, that Kelly Ripa, the effervescent television host, actress, and media powerhouse known for her razor wit and megawatt smile. Usually a beacon of polished morning glamour on live, she was, on this day, nearly unrecognizable. And that was precisely the point. "Let's see how invisible I can be today," she whispered to herself with a smirk as she adjusted the hat's brim slightly lower. Ducking into a boutique florist shop, Kelly wandered past peonies and ranunculus, occasionally pausing to sniff or smile. The florist, an older man with spectacles perched on the end of his nose, greeted her with a gentle nod but showed no spark of recognition. Success. She exhaled. The city, for once, wasn't looking. For Kelly, anonymity was a luxury rarer than the Himalayan salt-infused facial serums sent to her PR team weekly. Fame, while dazzling, had edges, sharp ones, and in recent weeks, she'd craved a dose of normalcy. So, with her kids back in school and Mark taping across the country, she decided to take a day for herself. Not Kelly Ripa, the brand. Just Kelly. She wandered toward Central Park, iced matcha latte in hand, occasionally stopping to browse second-hand bookstores and vintage jewelry stalls. People bustled by, lost in their own rhythms. Even a group of tourists who passed her, Midwestern, selfie stick-wielding, and enthusiastic, seemed not to notice the star in their midst. It was liberating. She thought back to her early years in the city, scrambling for auditions, splitting rent with a roommate who played oboe in a jazz-funk fusion band, and working in a diner where she learned to balance 3 coffee cups on one arm. She had loved those years for their chaos and grit. And now, even after all the red carpets and morning monologues, a part of her missed being just another New Yorker, blending into the kaleidoscope. That's what the hat gave her. And what a hat it was, chic yet understated, purchased from a little boutique in Montauk that only locals seemed to know about. Woven by hand, with a minimalist leather band and a slight upturn at the edge, it gave off European movie star energy circa 1963. Kelly had fallen in love with it instantly. It was more than just fashion, it was a persona. "Excuse me," came a voice. Kelly turned. A teenage girl stood a few feet away, phone clutched nervously in her hand. She wore Vans and a tote bag that read Books Before Bros. "Sorry to bother you, but, are you Kelly Ripa?" Kelly blinked. "Busted." The girl hesitated. "I could be wrong. You just kind of move like her." Kelly grinned. "That's a very observant thing to say." "So it is you." "I didn't say that," Kelly said, touching the rim of her hat coyly. "But I'm flattered." The girl laughed, clearly thrilled. "I won't tell anyone. My mom loves you. She watches you every morning." "Actually, so do I. You're kind of iconic." Kelly touched the girl's arm. "Thank you. That means a lot. But today, I'm just a woman in a fabulous hat trying to disappear into the crowd, okay?" The girl zipped her lips and gave a thumbs up. "Your secret's safe with me." As the girl walked away, Kelly chuckled to herself. The hat had done most of the work, but she had to admit, her undercover day was now slightly compromised. No matter. There was still more of the city to soak in. She walked into the park and settled onto a bench near a saxophonist who was playing a soulful version of Ain't No Sunshine. Around her, joggers passed, dogs barked, and children dragged scooters over uneven pavement. Kelly tilted her head back and let the sunlight dance across her face. Somewhere between the lull of the music and the hum of the city, her phone buzzed. It was a text from Ryan Seacrest. "Ryan, where did you vanish to? I need you to weigh in on this guest segment for Friday, tarot card reader or pet psychic." She smiled and typed back, "Kelly, currently blending into society like a CIA agent in a Nancy Meyers film. Will text soon. Pet psychic, obviously. Moments later, her phone pinged again. Ryan. Only you would send that sentence. Enjoy the disguise, 007. Kelly slipped the phone back into her bag and crossed her legs, swinging one foot idly. She loved her job, loved the madness of show business. But this quiet rebellion, the decision to go unseen, to reclaim a single day without flashbulbs or headlines, was refreshing. She sat there a while longer, people watching, occasionally making up backstories for the strangers who passed. It was a game she used to play with her kids when they were younger, that man with the briefcase. Secret magician. The woman in yoga pants. International jewel thief. Eventually, the sun began its descent, casting an amber glow across the park. Kelly rose, dusted off her skirt, and tipped her hat at the saxophonist, who gave her a wink. As she made her way back to the street, she noticed a photographer lingering near a hot dog cart, long lens camera slung casually over his shoulder. Her radar, long attuned to such things, pinged. He hadn't seen her yet. But he might. She pulled the brim of the hat a little lower, turned up her collar, and took a left toward the Met instead. Another hour of anonymity, another block or two as a woman not being watched. And in that golden hour, Kelly Ripa, TV queen, mother, mischief maker, became something else entirely. Just a woman in a chic summer hat, walking through New York City like the city belonged to her. Because in some small, magical way, it did.